There we go. We're live. They see it. Everyone, I'm so happy you're also patient. You see us on Facebook long before we see ourselves on Facebook. And thank you for tuning in. And today I have a fascinating woman. It's Nancy Lee Bentley. And you know, what's really, really special about it, we just spoke about it, about a similar woman here in Germany, or she is, for me, a grandma, and I think also for the world, a grandma of the organic movement. And I'm so happy to be connected to Nancy, and will tell you much more why she is here right now with you. Hello, Nancy, how are you?
Hi, Meilin. It's so wonderful to see you and be here. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Now, first of all, I want to thank you for all your work you've been doing. And you just shared your coloring book that you had and shared with people in Woodstock, 500,000 people meeting on a field. Yep, there it is, everyone. That dates you.
There I am, feeding people in my mother's 1964 Plymouth station wagon, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, and, that was a trip. I mean,
yeah, but you educated people about starting to eat organically. Some at that period, right? It's in the 70s. Some still ate because they ate food from at home. Nowadays, wow, 50 years later, it's very difficult to find food from our surrounding. Many people live in large cities, right? Yes. We depend on grocery stores to provide food. Luckily, more and more, for sure, here in Germany. I remember also in the US, there are organic stores popping up to provide the nutrition. But nowadays, we have to be careful what even animals are fed or what the soil is being treated with, where we get where food is grown, and then how it's stored and what it is treated to look good and when it's presented.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. And is it Trust Me Organic? That was one of the things when we were developing the standards for organic. And Europe, by the way, has been far ahead of us with Demeter and some of these other organic certification programs to know, hey, you know, we've grown so separate from our food that we have to get verification and other people certifying that things are, you know, that they're pure, that they've been grown with standards. But the reality is, you know, we still can do this, by the way. And I think the healthiest food is certainly still grown within, we call it either the 30-mile diet, the 50-mile diet, the 100, you know, local food. This is what the food circle is about, right? Yeah, it's like your food that you are consuming, the best, most ideal from all levels is what is grown near you. And the more connection you can have with your food, the better. The fresher, you know, the more accessible, more nutritious, more and it's going to have the most vitamins and minerals and things like that. Yeah, but we've been, oh wow, I'm sure it's like that over there. We've been so disconnected from our source. That would be, and you and I, we love, I'm still chuckling about my email to you, because we love the soil. And I took it you a few months ago, and then I'm like, oh, it's soil great to reconnect with you.
Yeah, it thrives where everything grows on in, and without soil, we cannot grow anything, we cannot eat. And not just us, also our animals. And yes, at the moment, the topsoil is depleting really, really fast. They say maybe gone by 35 if we don't start a lot of, I would say, root programs. Not really, we can't wait so much for the government, because it takes too long until they make a decision and then they change position. But what can we plant right now? So we hold the soil in position or what can we grow that we can eat in our garden, on our balcony, on our roofs, on our environment around us?
We've got balconies, we've got, you can grow a lot, and you can actually grow on your balcony, in a pot,
Yeah.
I mean, there's lots of ways to do it. Even sprouts, you can do them. Sprout seeds in a wet paper towel in a plastic, I mean, but
some lights and maybe a window. I mean, window light, sunlight, moonlight, everything helps, or another light that you have on anyway. But really, we can talk about this for ages, but I'm here today and you're here today to do a little promotion for your summit that is starting on Wednesday, Thursday the 21st.
No,
I'm coming. No, it is Wednesday.
Wednesday the 21st.
Yeah, that's the 21st.
Through the 27th.
Yeah, and it is all the whole healthy you, because you really love to talk about our gut, our intestine, our what to eat, how to promote our well-being fully. So share a little bit, maybe how the idea came of the summit and what you see in the long run the summit will help people with.
Well, thanks for giving me the opportunity. I'm really excited. It's been very, very challenging all the way along. Let's face it, lots of adversity from the very beginning of starting the organic, of helping to get the organic movement going and developing all of these standards and stuff like that. But even in the last couple of years, it's been pretty challenging. However, I think people are finally starting to wake up about the importance of eating healthy, having healthy gut, gastrointestinal tract, and the connection with whole health. So Whole Healthy You came about by my being prompted, nagged, and well, I can't say forced, but by my one of my coaches, who is like, you have got to get out and start talking, stepping up and being who you are, because you've been working in the trenches for so long, and it's time, because this message now of connection and eating healthy, the connection between your food, your gut, or your core of your engine and your ecology, and the connection to your whole health and the health of the planet, right? It's all connected. We need to get that. We need to see that. We need to understand too that there's lots of distractions. There's lots of illusions and myths, and better dig deep and listen deep, that we need to be listening to ourselves to know, and know that we can actually, there are little things we can do. It doesn't have to, I think people get very overwhelmed with all the distractions, and I call it fear porn, as somebody else does, where, oh, the sky is falling, oh, the world is, oh, what, and these big global problems that people can like, well, what can I do about that? Well, that's what I'm saying. Let's take a look and let's hone in. Let's zoom in. Okay, sorry. I should explain that
the double zoom.
A lot of play on words, but I wasn't doing any advertising here. Okay, because play on words or double meanings, that's how my my moniker, how I identify myself now, that gutsy lady, as it's all about wordplay and the double meanings, but everything is connected. So anyway, so I think that getting tuned in and realizing that you are in control of your own health. When I co-authored the Dr. Mercola's Total Health Program, and it was focused on, and I did all the recipes and the implementation for that book. We were focused on metabolic typing for one thing, like everybody has their own unique engine and stuff, and on eating plant-based foods and low carb, all that kind of stuff. So that I really more than ever realized, what, we're all unique. We're all the experts of our own body and our own self. You know more than anybody else what is going on with your health and your body. And we tend to, I think, like, oh, fix me. Oh, I don't know because I don't have a scientific degree, but actually you have the most clues about your own self and you are in control. I mean, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual, which is my soil to spirit bridge, right? It's all connected. And what you do, everything, as we say, you can't just do one thing, because you do one thing, it impacts something else. And that is true on many levels. So we can be healthy. We are responsible for what's happening with us, both in physically, our health, our well-being, and what's happening in our lives spiritually, right? It's like, it's a mirror. It's like, oh, it's a present, be in the present and get the download about what's happening. But the point being, we are in control and we can impact our own health in a positive way by, well, for one thing, eating healthy. And that's a start, feeling better and remembering who you are. It's a continuum. And that's the name of this summit, Whole Healthy You. 21 keys for eating healthier, feeling better, and remembering who you are. Another pun intended, right? Oh, like I got a lot of rolling of the eyes, and I've been called corny, nutty, fruity, and flaky. But it's all been about food. And so I know that's a place for us to start. The soil is our lifeblood and our source. As the physical bodies that we are, we're here, our bodies are our physical vehicle. And what's in the soil goes into the food. If the food goes into us, we get that, or we don't get. We don't get, well, stuff we don't need and stuff we need that's not in there with processed foods and everything. But anyway, so because I've been doing a lot of work in the trenches, and even the last couple of years, I've been doing healthy, personal, private chef parties all around Southwest Michigan, Lake Michigan, where I live in the Midwest. And because people have been so hampered and it's been difficult to have celebrations and parties and things like that with all this restrictions and everything. So it's been a wide circle of the food circle. And so I've been constantly trying to get to the source, get to oneness, get to connect it together and help share about this, that we can work together. We can reconnect with ourselves and not just ourselves, each other and the earth by how the choices that we make, the food, health, lifestyle choices that we make. So it's been quite a process, but I have finally been able to organize this summit, which is starting on Wednesday, September 21st. This is no small thing. Herding cats of healthy food and healthy experts to get together and get recordings and come together in a full circle focus about jumpstarting your healthy eating and your roadmap to your own health.
Yeah.
So we're doing a interview series. It's recorded. It's free for anybody that wants to join. That you can just go to the website, which is wholehealthyukeys.com, and sign up for this free summit, which goes for 7 days. There are a couple of interviews for each day, and they are live for 48 hours. They're live and free for 48 hours. And the finale of the finale interview, the grand finale interview that is being aired on the last day of that summit next, Wednesday, September 20. Oh, sorry, Tuesday,
29th.
September 27.
27.
Meilin Ehlke, who is talking about oneness. Well, how important is that? Yeah! Yes, because she's wrapped it all up. She's got it all wrapped up. She connects and knows, and this is the work she's doing. Fabulous, fabulous. I'm so grateful to connect with you because you have been able to bring this insight and action and what is possible into your body of work. I'm very grateful to connect with you, and I'm grateful that you are a master speaker on this summit. I have some other really, like a whole spectrum of people talking about food and gut health and the vagus nerve and the connection between the gut and the brain and the connection between your gut and your eating. Like, oh, is it what you're eating or what's eating you? That's part of the problem.
Ooh,
right?
that's almost like a thriller.
Yeah, exactly, right? And then remember, if you look at the word guts, okay, it's have many different meanings, including like, well, when a fire happens, what do they say? Oh, this fire gutted the house. It's your core. How about, I have a gut feeling. Wow. Ooh. Do you think that's an accident? I have a gut feeling. Where do you think that's coming from? Your intuition, your gut. Your gut is the center of your engine, your connection. And people think that, my brain is running things. Sorry to inform you. There are more messages going from your gut to your brain than from your brain going to your gut. Who knew that, right? Yeah. In fact, it's a center of, Joe Rignola, who's one of my speakers on the summit, talks about the gut is the ringmaster. The ringmaster.
That's a good
connected
expression.
To your mental, your emotional, your physical, all your different systems in your body. Okay. And so it has its own nervous system. It has its own engine. It's like your engine, but it's also like your ecology. So this term, the gut microbiome, right, is your total ecology of what you live in and your community within you. We are a community of organisms, and we think we're so superior, but actually it turns out that there are more microorganisms that are inside of our gut that run things and have the messages and stuff going on to make things happen. There are more microorganisms in our gut than there are cells in our body. So like, are we 10% human? We think,
that's a good question.
Yeah.
That really shows more to oneness. We're not talking today about oneness, but we're really connected and then more with other beings and their understanding and their way of life than we really think.
We don't even
this is fascinating. Oh, I love that.
We don't even realize it. In fact, people like, since this whole germ warfare. Woo! Wow, germ warfare has really taken things out of context, because in reality, you can't exist without bacteria. And it's not just about bad bacteria, it's like all bacteria. It's a mixed bag. Diversity of microorganisms, bacteria, parasites, viruses, archaea, all these things, they're part of this micro world within us. So we're connected to this micro world, and we're also connected to the macro world. It's like, after I wrote that Truly Cultured book about rejuvenating taste, health, and community with naturally fermented foods, how people kept, healthy, and our favorite foods, right? Cheese, wine, sausage, beer, all of these foods. I realized, oh my gosh, the microorganisms are telling us and showing us that everything is connected.
Yeah. Oh, that's fascinating. Fermented, you said also rejuvenation. Any cultures that eat strong fermented foods, they live a much longer. And you look younger and everything. Wow, this is amazing. I just noticed, on isn't Wednesday the Peace Day, World Peace Day, when your summit starts? So in a way, your summit may bring peace to a lot of things we're
fantastic. I didn't even
thinking about, are looking answer for, makes us more calm, makes us live more who we are, take the life back into us, live our purpose. What else? And our optimal health to be best who we are, and take back control. So your summit is gonna help with that.
Well, that is so amazing. And this is interesting because I've tuned into my own self. I've sort of deciphered, discerned, and downloaded a lot of stuff from from the source, from other realms, not just the 3D, what you see. And I am so grateful because now stuff happens that is almost like, I call that a printout of my life. It's like, okay, so even this name of this summit, Whole Healthy You, 21 Keys for Eating Healthier, Feeling Better, and Remembering Who You Are. After I got this, that's a good title, I realized, Whole Healthy You, that's an acronym for why. WHU. So of course I'm using that quite liberally. It's like, what's your why? And so I realized that after the fact, but having your why, about why, what you've got to ask yourself, what is your why? Why are you, what motivates you? Why do you do the things you do? What motivates you to even be healthy, right? It could be different reasons, but if you're just doing like what you think you should do, what we think we should do, and you're just following somebody else's lead, or like, I need to do that, I should do that, just like diets. Diets don't work, do they? Not usually.
For a short time. Only if.
A lot of times we're taking stuff from outside of ourselves instead of in, and being prompted from in, like, it's best if you can eat when you're hungry. What a concept. But knowing your why, your specific why, helps you to find out how to proceed and how to keep going. Because a lot of people they're like, I know I should be eating healthier, but I just can't make myself do it, or I just don't know either where to get started or how to stick with it. And that's even connected with the neurochemistry, dopamine depletion, and all this stuff that's operating within our systems. It's like, we know, and we have access. Of course, we may not be paying attention. We may not be looking or listening. And so I'm saying, hey, knock, knock, knock. Right?
This is good, right? This is important that we take a moment to see what have we been listening to.
Yes.
Do we feel comfortable, or do I feel comfortable? I've gone through the same. And then what is right for me? Because we're very smart, intelligent beings. We often don't do also things when they're not right for us, and not just if someone wrote about it, which was maybe right for them. So to tune into that. But I think for what I love, and that's why I'm going to listen to I know the list, but I'm going to listen to them, is also to move me more into my natural state again, so I can be agile, is important for me. right? We become, I'm now in my 50s, we become tight, we start having pain, and we don't have to have that. And food supports us. And the important thing is that we can dictate as a consumer what is being produced for us. And I think it's now time to stand up for our rights in a way, but stand up for the right food for our body, and that it is produced under the right circumstances with respect or the optimal health also for nature and the soils and microbes, and the list
the
goes
whole
on. So thank
community
you.
of life,
The community of life.
That's right, exactly.
Life.
You know, even here in the United States and in Europe, you're still dealing with a marketplace. The corporatocracy is running. Global corporatocracy. Food system is the largest industry, and it's global. And so what you buy is what stays on the shelf. So you are responsible, you have control. Vote with your dollars. The more you buy something, the more you purchase, the more you support local farmers or your local co-op or your local buying club, or working with other mothers and grandmothers and working together, starting a community garden. Or, I mean, it's just, there's lots of choices we can make. The more you are going to support that food so that it will keep going. But if we keep buying the plastic, fantastic, quote, food, you know, do we want that? So we got to vote with our dollars, vote with our.
Yeah. And in the US, food is expensive. You know, and I just spoke with someone about California. I don't know anymore the rest. I've lived there before, and I remember it was so much more expensive, and it doesn't have to be this way. And for all of that money, you can have better quality. The animals should be treated in a total different way, which it can be, right? And so many of the food is grown right around everyone. The US is a huge
oh my gosh, I live in the Midwest, where a lot of the row cropping, the large, we call it, you know, monoculturing. Again, back to diversity, how important it is. We've lost the diversity of our soil, that the humus, or the, you know, as the farmsteads, but also the soil, the microorganisms in the soil. We've lost many varieties of foods because the industry has been getting it more and more concentrated, more efficient, more, you know, all this stuff in larger quantity, not quality, so that we've lost the diversity. Look at how many few actual varieties of fruits and vegetables and grains and things like that we have at our disposal now, whereas before, and again, back to diversity, you remember, I don't know about over there, but over here, the dietitians say, eat a variety of food. Well, yeah, that is really true. But like, where's your variety coming from? How wide is your variety that you are, you know, are you just, you know, eating corn, soy, you know, a few different foods? So diversity is one of those archetypes and important factors, both in our soil, in our own gut, and our life.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow. Wonderful. Thank you for your, it's a huge topic. It goes into everything. It's a way of life. It's a way of running politics, a way of running our industry. And we do have a chance to change it step as a step. You can see it in the stores. We can see it how the youth thinks. So Nancy, thank you very much for doing this summit for all of us and having it for free so we can listen in and learn from all your fantastic speakers. I'm one of them.
Yes, she
everyone you can
is.
learn
She
from me.
definitely is a
A little bit of
fantastic
my landscape
speaker.
architect comes through in that
I know. Yes,
session,
exactly.
everyone. So, but come in, it's important, and keep Nancy on your radar, because it's going to become more and more important the next few years. I think she's just now starting to shine out more of her wisdom into the world. So
Yeah, my
thank
big
you,
mouth
Nancy.
has gotten me. My big mouth has gotten me into trouble many times
Good.
before, but now, the message, this is the message we need to hear about what I call that food circle, and working together in small community, local, reconnecting to each other in community, and having more control over the food that we are having available to us. So the whole healthy you is what we can achieve. I'm even more, of course, as I'm saying, okay, what are three things that you can do, that everybody can do, to be healthier ourselves and be healthier for the planet, and have the planet be healthier? Is plant more. Start again. The three things that you can do, everybody can do, to improve your own health and the health of the planet is eat more plants. Okay, I'm sure you've talked about that. And 2, recycle or compost more plants. Create a food circle, putting the waste back into the soil instead of making it be toxic, waste products that we have to then deal with. And 3, plant more plants. Grow your own
That's
garden.
a good one. Yeah, yes, you started, the sun came out supporting you. Yes. The rain was cleansing the air. So nature plays along. So you're
Meilin, have people want to be part of the summit. It's free. And you can just go and sign up at wholehealthyukeys.com, free, and you will get access to all these fabulous speakers, including the fabulous Meilin Ehlke.
Yeah, I will put a link also everywhere.
Oh yes, because she's got a great gift and she's got a great message.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm honored.
Yes.
Thank you, Nancy. So the best of start to you, everyone. Sign up, educate yourself. You have the most impact on your own life.
Yes.
And maybe after the summit, we can come together again, and you can share what you've learned. And maybe also with Nancy, and you can ask her many questions. So,
and Meilin, if people they don't have time to watch all of the speakers, because we have 7 days of speakers, there's an opportunity to access and to have all of the
like a VIP,
right? And so we're going to even have a live bonus session on the last day, and I've invited this magic woman to come and be one of the experts in the bonus roundtable. But anyway, so thank you so much. It's like such a joy to be able to share with you as a colleague, as a sister, as a woman who understands about the whole circle and how everything is connected, and you're supporting that. It's wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nancy. And thank you everyone for listening, for watching, and I wish you the best. Bye-bye.